the differentiating factor in terms of how you operate, but also on the value side of what you bring, the benefit what you bring. So if we could slide into that. So how you differentiate yourself from the back end usage, to be able to set it up. I understand from what both of you gentlemen have said, you could put anybody from your team and they can use this solution and get it talking. But in terms of like the back end, the technology stack, can you talk about that a little bit?
So the Klera, go ahead, Bhavin. Were you going to mention something there?
No. Go ahead, Mike. I think you're on the right path. Yeah.
Okay. The Klera engine is a holistic solution. Okay. It can basically, once it's installed, either on a cloud platform or on premise, you'll be able to use that platform to do what you need to do. And so our team, from a digital clarity perspective, are able to go in and I will say it's low code, not necessarily no code, because there's some
of course,
that don't come natively. But once we have those things in place, it is simply a matter of utilizing the tool. We'll be able to grab video data from social media, from different types of social media platforms, bringing that in and analyzing it and coming up with a single answer based on events that happen on a lot of different data points. Say you're at a carnival somewhere and something happens at the carnival and you have 50 people with their cell phones who all do that. Well, what are the man hours it's going to take to watch all of that video? It'll be quite a lot. But if you run that through our engine, you'll be able to not only find the similarities through all the video that have been taken, but also the nuance of the differences that will really tell the story, which is really what you would be looking for at that particular time. And so as we started to go on this journey, we recognized that the use case application for video analytics is so very broad. Every time our team gets together, we can come up with another use case. And that is really, really not a joke. We do almost every time. And we have to say, okay, hold up, wait, we're going to focus on this. Because we want to make sure we get this right. The interesting thing about that is we want to be able to prove the value to people because, a lot of folks we've shown our MVP to, they said, wow, this looks like, something straight out of, the Jetsons or something like that. I can't believe, I can't believe this works. Like, well, yeah, it does. And we can prove it too. So that's why we want to stay focused on, a certain set of use cases and proving the value out of that certain set so that we have the actual data, if you will, to be able to say, we can save you this many man hours. We can save you this much money, by applying the tool in the manner that we're advertising. That's really what we do.
Right. Thank you very much for that. So I'm sitting here with my CDO cap on as being a 6-time CDO thinking, CDOs are under so much pressure to perform, and they're highly misunderstood in terms of trying to keep all the data stuff together and, obliging the business and not tangling with IT. So you mentioned you have this rich, let's say, vast amount of possible use cases. What are the kind of, let's say, areas of use cases that you have, developed out? Some of the industries or sectors. Could you tell us about some of that?
I sure can. Obviously, the one with law enforcement, as we mentioned at the outset, is the initial one we were looking at. We were also looking at campuses and schools with school violence and maybe, universities where, kids being kids, things happen. And they certainly have their cell phones out. Right?
Yeah.
Help out, campus security, perhaps. We were looking at professional settings, maybe like doctors' offices. All doctors take transcripts of their interactions with their patients. Well, guess what? If you have that video, you know exactly what was said to that patient. It's run through the engine. Now you don't have to go pay somebody to do that for you. They literally pay people to write that out. And not only do you have the interaction, but you have what's going on between the doctor and the patient.
Right.
Another one, government situations. There are lots of those where you're looking at making legal cases inside of a courtroom. I came to know recently that if you were involved with a case, at times, let's say there was an appeal you wanted to make, they charge so much money just for each page of a transcript.
Transcripts, yes.
It could be as much as $50 a page, and that's why many people don't appeal. Well, if you have this transcript directly from video, which some courts already allow that, then guess what? It's within the reach of the common person.
It's within reach. Yeah, I understand exactly what you mean. And I really think this is a key point about video opposed to the written word. It's a collection, like you said, of vector points, and it's super powerful in many, many different settings. So, I mean, clearly the benefits are multiple.